figured the Classic Adelaide journey would be a long one. Adding to the challenge, competitors would have to battle not only long sections of road, but also some of the windiest found amongst the Adelaide hills. In third place at the start of League 3 in the Lake Classic competition were Jim Richards and Barry Oliver.
Jimmy, once again, a good start to the event, first couple of days?
No, terrific, Glenn. No, we really like the event. We're having a massive battle with about 3 cars for second place at the moment, so it's really going good.
No, it's a real battle of the Porsches up the top at the moment.
It is. Rich has just got away by about 30 seconds, I think, and there's 3 of us in Porsches battling for the next run down, and it's been on for the 2 days so far.
Leading the Lake Classic competition for the 3rd day in a row were Rex Broadbent and Michael Goodyear.
Now, gentlemen, good start, day 3, leading.
Yeah, we're happy. We're happy. I think we've actually opened up a little bit of a lead this morning over Jim, but the dark horse is Bill Pye because he's in a similar vehicle, and we don't know. We haven't touched base with him, so he might be sneaking up on us.
Now, you're going for number 5. What's the pressure like?
There isn't, Glenn. If you succumb to pressure, you make a mistake. You know, we've said right from the word go, we're here to have fun. We love driving fast. We like the camaraderie. We like the friendship. And if you succumb to pressure and try and get a result that's not maybe quite there, you make a mistake.
The second stage for League 3 was Kersbrook. Traditionally a quick stage, Kersbrook offered a number of challenges to keep drivers on their toes. Falling head over heels, Bill Westerman and Peter Stringfellow fortunately landed the right way up.
Well, we went through a sharp right-hander, 2 right, and became aware that the steering was not doing what it should. And then it just decided to turn left and hit the wall. And we hit the wall twice, rolled up on its side, and then we were inverted or put back in place by some fellows here on the bank. Slow motion, different.
So how bad is it?
Yeah, it's a reshell, it's a rebuild, but it needed that anyhow, so it's not a great problem.
Basket Range, or Special Stage 18, is one of the most demanding stages of the event, with many deceptive twists and turns. It would be hard on the driver's brakes, and competitors were advised to be careful. This particular corner testing David Gilliver's 1979 Ferrari 308 GTB. Back in black and back in action were Keith and Mary Callanan in their 1972 De Tomasa Pantera. Macclesfield is a beautiful little town, 50 kilometres southeast of Adelaide, and is the lunch break for League 3 of the event. Steeped in tradition, Macclesfield's population almost doubled with the arrival of Classic Adelaide competitors. Curator of the Mercedes-Benz Classic Car Museum, Dieter Ritter, returned to Classic Adelaide for his 8th time. So what keeps him coming back?
Because this is absolutely unique that you can close roads totally and nobody is allowed to get out of his houses, so that's impossible in Europe, because people will kill you if you just ask. And the police, they will tell you, please go back and come never again.
Olympic gold medal cyclist Stuart O'Grady swapped pedal power for copra power as he participated in his 4th Classic Adelaide.
Yeah, it's a fantastic event. Good time to get the car out and blow the cobwebs out, for sure.
Well, tell us a bit about the car.
It's an AC Cobbler replica. Bought off a friend of mine a few years ago, and yeah, it's just a really good car for this event.
Mick Doohan was behind the wheel of Mercedes-Benz's latest high-performance vehicle, the CLK 63 AMG sedan.
Now, how are the cars handling, because they're the new AMGs?
They're superb, actually, really are, you know, and you know, of course you're probably thinking that I've got to say that because I'm in the Mercedes, but really I'm surprised how well they handle on these type of conditions and on racetracks when we've punted them around a racetrack. So for an everyday sports car, they really are fantastic.
Stafford Ridge, or Special Stage 23, offered drivers a number of challenges. Appearing easy early on, the stage soon increased with intensity, revealing a number of tricky corners. This particular corner took Ogilvy and Best in their 1973 Datsun 1200 a little by surprise. But they weren't the only ones. Ross and Jill Stewart in a 1973 Jaguar E-Type V12 were also caught. The last special stage for Leg 3 offered drivers a second run down Gorge Road, which, as in Leg 1, started on the old Gorge Road. The imposing cliff face on one side and drop off to the creek on the other would confirm the driver's feelings towards a stage that was either loved or loathed. Not competing for outright honours, this Monaro enjoyed a spirited drive on this magnificent piece of road. While Robert Gwynn left Victor Harbour for Gorge Road, becoming the latest addition to the Shannon's Thoroughbred Touring Group. As the Leg 3 competition drew to a close, the classic scoreboard saw Freestone and Freestone down one spot to third. Rob Sherrard and Peter Roberts rose from fourth to claim second place, and the Catlins maintaining first. Meanwhile, Richards and Barry Oliver remained in third for the late classic competition, with Strakarson and Dale claiming second. No surprises though, with Broadbent and Goodyear still sitting in first place. The final day of the 2006 Classic Adelaide started early with a wild ride up the narrow and windy Montacute Road and finishing at a special stage around Clarendon. Would Rex Broadbent and Michael Goodyear make it 5 by 5? Or could Strakyson Dale, Richards Oliver or Pi Geelan dethrone the late Classic favourites? And could Sherrard Roberts or Freestone unseat Catlin, the current Classic competition leaders? First up, a stage with the lot. Special Stage 25, Montacute. Fast-flowing and tight twisty sections combined with tricky corners. Montacute would test even the most skillful driver. What should have been a challenging yet rewarding drive was, for some, just plain challenging. John Felder in his 1930 Oakland 8101 took a wrong turn. While the Witkowskis took their 1977 Holden Torana A9X for a spin. And the boys on the hill loved it. A total of 16.3 kilometres in length, Montacute was proving to be a physically demanding stage, taking its toll on many drivers, but no more than Weeks Crunkhorn and Beck Middleton. Kevin Weeks and Beck Crunkhorn, who at the start of Leg 4 were in 6th position for Lake Classic, were now out of the event. Paris Creek, Special Stage 29, measures 25 kilometres in length, making it the longest stage in the rally. If competitors thought Montacute was physically demanding, then Paris Creek would be one damn exhilarating stage. The first challenge, a natural chicane forming an extremely hard left. That hard left proved to be a very expensive corner. McLaren Vale, where the Vines meet the sea, was the lunch break for the fourth and final leg of the race, offering locals a chance to admire the plethora of precious metal on show. like Mark Hipkins' 1925 Vauxhall 3098.
That's the way you mount.
Car number 207,
Now
Hayden from New South Wales.
it's a four-cylinder, 4 1/4 litre engine. Relatively slow revving, about 3,000 revs is about as much as I should use. So I get a little worried when I see 3.5 on the clock. The handbrake, that brake there, is the way that I stop. So to really stop, I've got a foot pedal that works the front brakes. This works the rear brakes. And to stop, I've got to pull both the lot. And the gear change is a crash gearbox, no synchro mesh, and you've got to find your way through that heap of machinery every time. And we do a lot of gear changes.
Another classic Adelaide drawcard is to see these rare and exceptional vehicles not just on display, but driven in anger. Mike tells us what it's like.
It's absolutely exhilarating. It really has got quite a lot of get up and go, and it handles pretty well, but nothing like a modern car. And we get passed by the moderns every now and then.
Now this is Hamish Gibson in the 2005 Classic Adelaide.
9 right, 8, 6 left.
In 2006, Hamish had vowed to steer clear of all green vehicles.
7 left, 4 left, 4 left.
Just me like you wouldn't believe.
Just calm down, mate. Calm down. Mate. He's going to blow up anyway. Watch.
Didn't come across a Volkswagen there at all?
No, Mustang instead.
We come across. We've been avoiding green Volkswagens. In fact, Mustangs in general, the whole rally.
And it's been going all right for you?
Yeah, no, it's good. I think we're in the top 10, and a few guys went off today. There's a lot of people vying for second and third. There's 4 or 5 people in Porsches, and so through natural attrition, we've gone up the ladder again, which is always good.
Not over till the fat lady sings.
2 more to go, Glenn.
After stopping to assist some cars along the way, Rex and Michael were concerned that their lead may have been lost.
So how's it looking at the moment with 2 stages to go?
Pretty good. I think if they're reasonable with the derived times, because we also stopped at Mount Lofty because Bill Pine went off. So the first 2 stages we're going to need derived times, but so will our closest competitors. They all stopped too. So I think probably the status quo is that where we were last night, which is around 50 seconds.
With 2 stages to go, could the Richards-Oliver combination catch Rex?
Oh, no. We've given up long ago. We've got no rubber left. So we will just be cruising to try and keep 3rd place.
The final stage of the event, Special Stage 31, was competitors' second chance at one of the best tarmac stages in Australia. This was the first stage for day 2 and called Coromandel. Today it's driven in the reverse direction and called Clarendon. So as the competition drew to a close, competitors gathered in Hutt Street to celebrate the victors of the 10th Classic Adelaide Rally. First up, the Classic Competition Championship. With Len and Gail Catlin withdrawing from competition early on the last day, the field was widened, leaving Paul and Christine to be placed 3rd outright. In 2nd place sat the 1971 Ford Escort Mark I of Reg Marrett and Matthew Woods. But the 2006 Classic Competition champions were Rob Sherrard and Peter Roberts in their original GT40. The Late Classic Competition Championship was next. The Richards-Oliver combination were adamant at the start of Leg 4 that their best chance of a podium finish would be in 3rd place. Despite stiff competition, the boys managed to hold their ground, finishing 3rd as predicted. In 2nd, after an amazing 3rd leg, sat Streckheisen and Dale in their 1988 Porsche 944 Turbo Cup. Making it 5 wins from 5 starts, the Broadbent Goodyear combination placed 1st, becoming the 2006 Classic Adelaide Late Competition champions. So did the boys really think they could win 5 in a row?
No, I said, one of my interviews with you early in the week, I was very short. How do you feel? And I think I said, you asked if we were confident. I said, no, one word answer, and you went sort of and walked away. We meant that. You know, we looked at the entry list and genuinely thought we would be pushing this year. That the local content was huge with Kevin and Nick and Jim, of course, he's always there. And I really didn't think we'd be able to do it. You know, I thought we'd be pushed. But after the second day, we thought, gee, you know, we're not pushing ridiculously hard, and we are on the pace. Maybe.
Gee, a heap of carnage out there today, Michael.
Yeah, today was about preservation and just maintaining our gap. Don't try and pull any time, don't lose any time. So, yeah, smooth day and got through it okay, fortunately.
The first South Australian team to get across the line in their third year in the event, Nick Streckarson and Mike Dale, seemed to appear from nowhere.
Well, we had a good day yesterday and put in some cracker times, and the road suited the car better, I believe.
Yeah. Now, local knowledge, do you think?
A bit of that, and also good preparation and good navigating from Mike, and I can't discredit some of the driving was pretty good as well, I suppose.
What was the highlight of the event?
The highlight, I suppose, is finishing in front of Jim, I suppose, in similar cars, and that'll go down in something that I'll never forget.
With extreme weather conditions creating havoc for many competitors' tyres over the course of the rally, most drivers backed off in an event to save rubber. Jim Richards was one of them.
We ran the same tyres we ran last year, which were fantastic, and they were great all the run this year, but just the hotter weather and the car was a bit faster, so we just wore the back tyres out yesterday, and today we were just sort of surviving.
Gee, looking at some of the times, everyone was a bit faster, particularly up that top end. It was stiff competition all weekend.
Well, it was, Glenn. In fact, it was quite obvious from stage one, on stage day one, that the bar had been lifted since last year, and we knew then that we were going to have to press on a lot harder.
And so that brings us to the close of the 10th Classic Adelaide, an event that has grown in status both in Australia and around the world over the years. If you want more Classic Adelaide action or are interested in competing, would like to check out results